For real? Because I'm not ready yet.
For real, we're going.
We're going?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, everybody.
It's Ali and Shawn from Little Hill Homestead. Today we're bringing you guys a video that is definitely, I always say our video is a little bit different, but this one is definitely different. So
you can see we're not in our kitchen, but well, kind of. We'll show you.
We'll show you. We've made another kitchen. No, as you guys know, we typically have a homestead that our backyard homestead, and we do cooking videos for you guys and canning and gardening, but we like to travel, and we recently did a van conversion, and we wanted to share it with you guys,
show you what we did. It'll be really interesting. We've watched some other YouTube videos, and we decided to take on this adventure, and so we want to share it with you guys. We feel like we know you, and this is part of our life now.
So let us introduce you. This is Vanna White. Vanna White is a 2012 Ford Transit Connect.
Correct.
And she was a fleet vehicle, and so she was a mess, y'all. Like, she was bad. We spent a lot of time. I think it was hours and hours just cleaning her to get her to where we could start our van conversion. So I'm going to insert a couple pictures.
Yeah, a couple before.
She was ripped up pretty good, but we've made her pretty. So we're going to break this down into a couple different views just to show you guys what we've done. But come on in. Let's go check her out. Okay, so we're gonna start at the back of our van and then work our way forward, because honestly,
we really don't know how to show you everything. So we're just gonna start going.
Let's just start with this. It's a very, very, very small space, but we tried to do as much as we possibly could with it. So the first thing that we, the doors. We decided to, on our back doors, do flip ups, so you can see them. On both doors, we have a flip up so we can cook out here, or if you want to stand out here and, chit chat with somebody who's, I don't know, there's flip ups. You could do whatever you want with them. They have a 250-pound weight capacity, so you actually could sit on them if you wanted to. But, let's not.
No, I'm not going to do
that. We also, on our back doors, and this is part of the sleeping portion. Well, I guess you could see a couple things. For the sleeping portion, we made these curtains. So we took little pieces of leather and just hung them on some magnetic clips. The great thing about working on a van is it's all metal, so you can do a lot of stuff with magnets. So we made these. They're blackout curtains. We sewed them. It was a pretty easy project. It has a insulation. It's like a metal insulation in the inside, and we made these nightstands. So they have pockets that you can put. It actually holds your phone, your water,
even a water bottle.
It has a tissue from our most recent
trip.
And then a lot of people have like the 12-volt plug kind of on the side behind our kitchenette. We have one, and so I can charge my phone at night, and it sits in there.
And that one goes directly to the van battery.
That one goes to the van battery.
For reference.
So I can roll that back up really easy when we're driving. These stay put. Of course,
we got a smoke detector.
We have a smoke detector, and we have a fire extinguisher, because a lot of campgrounds actually require you to have those. So what's next? On the back, so this is our kitchenette. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps. This is our kitchenette.
This is the kitchenette on the right side, and so this in here is just going to be our water source and our sink. So we got one little door that we put on the outside here, and my wife made that, and this is my little John Wayne photo, ode to John Wayne. Little storage space here. We keep our little collapsible sinks in here for doing dishes.
We got these at Ikea. They were honestly, I can't remember if they were $1 or $1.99. They collapse down to completely flat,
to the floor,
and then they compact right back up. They're awesome for a van conversion.
And I know that everybody does in their van conversions. They kind of build it to what you're doing, what suits you. We didn't really feel like we needed a ton of fresh water source, so the way we built this, we had to find something that fit in here, and we'll show you why here in a little bit. But this holds 3 gallons. So we have 3 gallons of fresh water. We have a little bowl.
Our sink.
And then we just have a little USB chargeable faucet. And I won't go through the rigmarole, but we just plug that in and turn it on, and we have some running water as we need.
And what we've been doing actually at most campgrounds, we leave our back doors opened and we put the sink and the bowl on the flip up table so that we have our water source outside. That's what we've been doing the most. But yeah, but it's just a little water source. It's easy to pull out. You can fill it with a hose, or at any gas station or whatever, you can fill it up pretty easily. We like that because it's tiny. We also have a fruit basket. We put potatoes and onions and fruit and stuff in this. This was just a fruit bag, like, the little grocery bags. And then we sewed it and we added some little pegs to hang that from. My husband in a former life worked on movie trailers. And so he's an awesome woodworker anyways, but he really knew how to do a lot of the cabinets and the drawers and stuff. So we got really lucky that we were able to do, I think we did 100% of this van ourselves. I'm trying to think if there's anything that we didn't do on our, that we hired somebody for, but I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so. No,
I think we did 100%. It took us months. I'm not going to lie. It was a lot of weekends and a lot of nights, but that's okay. So this is our little kitchenette. I don't know the best way to bring you guys in. Let me see if let me turn it off. I'm going to sit inside and show you guys. So here is our little kitchenette. I'm telling you guys, this is really hard to film in because it's smaller than like a bathroom. We decided we really, as you guys know, we like to cook. And so it was very important to us to have a spice rack. So we have a full spice rack. We got this cool little bar up here, a magnetic knife holder. And we keep like dish soap and stuff in here. It's nothing too crazy. We have this upper cabinet. This is where we keep all of our canned goods and food and what have you. It's on magnetic clasp. It actually holds probably 3 days worth of food up there. And we have a fire extinguisher up there as well. We wanted to get kind of creative. Like I said, my husband is a woodworker and I'm an artist. And so you kind of get the best of both our personalities.
Yeah, she did all this. I don't.
And so we decided to do like a mountain lake scene. And we have some other little scenes on the other side of it. Oh, I should show you. We have a Max Air fan. This is the one that has the rain sensor. So when we were camping last weekend, the rain kicked on. It does turn itself completely off. It was awesome, by the way. It's like a little air conditioner. The other thing, while we're in here, I'm going to show you, is we tried to add like hooks anywhere we could. And so these are actually from Ikea. They're just magnetic hooks that flip up and down. And then this little door, I got a lot of questions on this when I posted it on a Facebook page. Yeah. And I'll show you how we did this. But basically, we just cut a piece of wood out, and it's held in there with magnets. This has like
This fan doesn't have windows on the side.
Yeah,
so
it has no
behind
windows.
It's just metal.
So this is a chalkboard for our grocery list. This is our little van adventure map. Pens and pencils, and then we actually, down here on the bottom, it's kind of hard to see, this is where we keep like our Bible, another book that I'm reading, and a notepad. So we have like a little library in our van. Oh, I should say while I'm sitting over here, I'll show you the flip up from the side when we do that. Okay, let's see.
Did you already show in here?
I've not shown in there. Oh. You could show them.
Oh, it's just for the storage space. You got to try to make the most storage that you can.
You do.
So we have this storage space here. My wife wanted to put a little shelf in here, so we did it about.
There's a shelf just at the top to hold our
top, and it holds. It's just maximizing the storage space that we have.
Anything you can do. So our pots and pans.
So some of our larger stuff's in there.
Yep. We have pots and pans in our, anything you can fit anywhere basically in a van conversion. You do.
How'd you have that in there? This way. Must be this way.
Right, backwards. This
backwards.
Is fun, right? We keep that only in there when we're, that's not for use.
We have some drawers at the end here, just utensils and stuff.
Utensils and hot pads and
hot pads and stuff like that. And then another drawers down here.
A junk drawer basically?
That is a junk drawer. No, that's some table mats and things like that.
Paper bags.
And our first aid kit.
Yeah. First aid kit. Our cords. Yeah. This is just a USB light for outside. But let me show you something that I did with our cords because, you show them. Okay. So I labeled as much as I could in here because, but all of our cords are in here. To keep it from getting confusing, I took my little label maker and everything says what it's for. So if you go like, oh, I need to charge the speaker, there's the speaker wire. So you don't have to dig through your stuff when you need to charge the faucet. It's all labeled for you. Let's see if I back up enough. Can you see? Oh, I'm hitting my head. Go figure. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's our kitchenette. I'm a cute husband. All right, let's
Can I flip that up?
maybe.
That's just a little extra space. So this is really, and we haven't had to do this yet because we've been cooking outside. But in here we do have our camp stove over here and the fan that does the exhaust. So if we need to cook here, we built it so that that can open up. We have a little extra space for preparing and stuff like that. And then if we have to eat in here, it's pretty simple. This would also be our dining room table.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to turn this off and move to the next spot.
Okay, great. So right before my wife started, she was, okay, suck in your gut. You ready? Okay, I'll try to do that. Okay. So inside, real quick, we did put up top here, we just used some 1x6s and kind of cut them or these ones, yeah, 1x6s.
They were 1x6s.
Cut them the sizes that we want and attached them up here. And Ali stained them all, and that really looks really cool. We originally tried to put one piece of wood in here that was all white, and it looked like the back of an ambulance, and so we tore that out. It was absolutely horrible. I don't even think we have a picture of it.
I do have one picture.
Oh, we'll have to show you because that we decided that wasn't going to work.
It didn't even
that's
last
what we
a
did.
day.
That's what we did up here. Down here, we dedicated this spot to our refrigerator, and so we just made a flip up top here, and we went ahead and we did spend a little bit of money on this fridge. It's the IceCo. I don't remember the model.
Any blah blah
but
blah.
that was a little bit of a splurge for us on this one. But
why did we get this particular refrigerator?
Shawn had requested that he must have a freezer section in his fridge so that he can have his ice cream at night.
Yeah.
So it's got a little
our refrigerator
divider, and it's just enough to fit awesome Ben and Jerry's or
you can fit
Haagen-Dazs
4 Ben and Jerry's little containers, and then enough food for like 3 days in there.
About like that, yeah.
So that's what's in our flip up.
And that's dedicated space just for the fridge.
Yeah.
In the flip up. And then, as you can see here, since we're right by the fridge, you can see these wood plates here. This is going to be for our bed, and we'll show you how the bed works here. One of the key things, and I hope Ali's pointing this right so you can see me because I want to make this point. One of the key things my wife told me when we started talking about and doing this, most people in these vans, the couch area slides out to make a bed. And we started looking at it going, how do we both fit in that thing? And Ali goes, that ain't going to happen, Shawn. I need a bigger bed. And so I thought, okay, well, I mean, the only way we can do that is to make the whole thing a bed. How do you do that with the kitchenette area? So we're going to show you patent pending. Oh, I should get a patent on this. Huh?
Patent pending.
Well, we came up with the bed area for this.
Yeah. One other thing, we got a lot of questions when I posted this too.
Oh, yeah. On
the edge of our refrigerator, we put these little pouches. I added some I don't even know if it's 1x2. I just cut some wood and I stained it and I added dowels to it. And then I sewed these little pouches, the dowel runs through. I'm hoping you can see this. This one has a little cover so you can't see our personal items, but it holds all of our toiletries.
Then you showed them all our personal items.
It's fine. It's like contact solution. Come on. So then the little loops just slip on there. Oops. I always run into issues with this. It's easy once you get it on there.
There you go.
So I just have, well, I also just put it on backwards, so it's fine. So just both of these are just toiletry things. So it's really easy. We keep our stuff in there all the time so that when we go camping, we only have to grab like our glasses and contacts. We have toothbrushes in here, everything we could possibly need in there. I'm like, what's in my pocket? So that was a cool little thing we decided to do as well. And man, these proved to be pretty valuable. So perfect. Yeah. Okay. What's next? I don't know. Let's go. I guess
well, here, bring it in real quick. Just before we make the bed out for you guys, plane going by, sorry. We live near a small airport. This is the couch side. Ali made all the cushions herself to size to what we needed for our van.
Yeah, I found this. It's called a box cushion, and I found a tutorial. I'm going to link it below. And I do have sewing experience, but I had never sewed a zipper or a cushion, and it was pretty easy. This tutorial, I'll link it below, like I said. It shows you exactly how to do it. It even gives you measurements on what size your fabric needs to be. This guy did an awesome tutorial, so I will put that below for you.
That's the stuff I definitely don't know.
No. Yeah.
down here we made the best use of space down here. We got 3 drawers, and I'll just show you one here. This has got just stuff in card games and things like that.
Card games and urinals.
And urinals,
Van
yeah.
life.
Well, I mean, it is van living, and
Yeah.
you got to get kind of creative. We left a little gap space in here. I shouldn't say we left a little gap space in here.
This is intentional.
There ended up being kind of a little gap space in here, and it just so worked out that we were able to fit our porta potty down here. So this is a little
collapsible porta potty.
Don't say porta potty.
I know.
Porta potty that we can that we pull out if we need to. We try to stay near restrooms and stuff like that for comfort and ease, but you know, van living.
Yeah.
So this is the one and only 110 outlet we have, and when we get to the electrical, I'll show you what I did with that, but we did put one in here. From there, I think we can show how we make the bed out.
Well, let me point out.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
We keep cute cushions on here because, you know, it makes it comfy to sit here and chill on your couch or whatever. But the giant,
Yes.
the 26-inch cushion, the tan one right there, the big, that one, that's all our bedding.
This
was a trick that we saw a lot of YouTubers use. We have our sheet set because it ends up being a full-size bed. We have a sheet set and we have a down comforter with a quilted cover that we made in there. And so that's where all of our bedding is stored. The other thing, the curtains that we have them on a wooden dowel right here. They're blackout curtains. They have little ties right here. And I stuck some Velcro, in a couple places to hold them. But they just slide on that dowel really easily when we want to close it up at night. And they work really, really well. So clearance find at Target. The last thing I was going to show you guys is, it's hard to get in here because I have my tripod set up. Sorry. I guess I should have just held it. We did the shelf up above like a lot of people do. Most Transit Connects come with this plastic shelf right here. And we just added a piece of
it's really small.
plywood.
This adds so much space to it.
We added a piece of plywood that comes off of it. We added a lip on it. And we fabric covered it. It's held up there with a couple L brackets. And we can fit a lot of clothing up there. And then the little baskets that we have up there, I keep, they're empty right now, but they're totally collapsible. And so I keep actually like my makeup and stuff in it. Or wallets and keys
in there and
or cell
like
phones are super handy to be able to find those little things when that shelf is full of stuff. We also keep a hat for each of us up there. Our hiking shoes, our bath towels are up there. You can fit, oh yeah, waterproof bags from Ikea. They're like $1. I mean, go to Ikea. They have great stuff for van living, but that's kind of what we did there. And then the last thing I'll show you is we have more of our murals on this side. This one is a beach scene that I did. These are all made actually of popsicle sticks, if you can believe it. And then this one, my husband and his father owned a trailer company. They redid Hollywood movie trailers, like makeup trailers and stuff like that.
Cowboy campers.
And their business card it was called Majestic. They had on their business card this mountain, majestic scenery of a mountain. So I decided to surprise my husband and I threw that. That was the first one that started all of our little murals. And since then we've added 2 more, like I said. So yeah. Okay, let us show you the bed now because that's like the coolest part. Everyone wants to see how we turn this into a full-size bed. So here you go. Okay, so I always say okay, by the way. It's just what we do. So one of the really cool things, like my husband was saying, I really wanted a big bed. We are not 21 and we are not 100 pounds. He's close. But sleeping is important to me. If you are any bit older, you understand that like if we sleep wrong, your arm is numb for 7 days. Like it's just part of real life. So yeah. I wanted a big bed. And so the way that we did that, I mentioned it to my husband and we have been thinking and thinking and thinking. Then as soon as he came up with this idea, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I've seen anybody do this. I don't know how he came up with it, but this is how we solved that problem.
So most van conversions that we've seen, you build a built-in kitchenette area that's this size. And like I was saying earlier, your bed, a lot of people do the slide out, very popular, very, very good
popular,
as well.
Yeah.
The slide out to make this as big as possible.
So your bed is like a twin.
But we wanted to make it a little bit bigger, and we were really trying to figure out how to do that. And so this is what we came up with. Instead of building a 1-piece kitchenette, we built a 2-piece kitchenette. So the bottom piece and the top piece are actually independent of each other. And all we do here is we have some clasps on all four ends that hold it in place, when we're driving and we're cooking and things like that. So there's a little bit more to put in the bed together. Not horrible, but instead of just having to pull up, this is what we do. We just unhook those clasps. I have some in the front. I'm going to get those.
So he has now flipped our flip up. I don't know if you can see it. The flip up on that we have, the cutting board on our kitchenette. He flips that up so that he can use the leverage when he lifts his half down there. I actually use this fruit basket part when I use mine. I'm sliding my thing out of the way.
We're just going to lift this off.
Ooh, of course, our cutting board. Oh.
Yeah. Slide it down. Ready? Come my way.
Oh, it's not fitting in the gap. We figured out that every time we drive the van, it shifts slightly,
yeah,
and it
slightly.
makes this not quite fit sometimes. So
there it is.
There
it fits just fine.
It's just a me problem. It's fine.
Just fine.
We do, like we said, you have to use every bit of space in your van. So we have a cutting board. Well, we originally made this with a cutting board. Unfortunately, a cutting board didn't quite work. So we have a piece of plywood that fits on some wood over on the side. And the cutting board that flips up becomes part of our bed as well. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Hold on. Let me bring the camera so you guys can see.
No problem.
So that is the flip up that's attached to the end of our counter all the time. And then my husband attached some wood to the faces of our cabinets. And there's a piece of plywood that tucks behind our kitchenette. And it sits right there so that we can get... We're going to make a bigger one, I think.
Yeah, but for now,
we did have
just
a bigger
enough
one.
to give us support.
Yeah, we had a bigger one. I decided I wanted to make it out of an old cutting board. And then as soon as we started putting weight on it, and it was like a cutting board that was
I broke it.
Wood put together, it snapped.
She made it really nice too. She even put a heart on it and burned it with our initials.
I did wood
and stuff.
burning and everything.
And then last weekend I went to get in the van, put my knee on it, boom.
So we're working on that. So this piece of plywood is going to work just fine for this. So it's all good. But we have a cushion that when we're parked, we store in the front seat. And when we're driving, we actually just stack it on top of this one. So it takes a little bit of work to do this. Can you pull that cushion? Can you reach those?
I can now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So this cushion that's the base of our couch just slides into place. And I always throw these anywhere you want. Boom.
Oh, you ready for this one?
Ready. Those slide over to that side. And then this one that we keep in the front seat when we are parked, just because it makes you hit your head on the ceiling a little bit because it's pretty dang tall. That snaps down into place.
Well,
oh, it's in the bag in the front.
Oh, well, I don't think we need to worry about that right now.
So we now have a full-size bed. It's huge. Yeah, but there's actually more to it than this, I think.
Yeah. Well, a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not going to make the bed.
And those of you will understand that are, you know, typically the gentlemen that are like about 6 foot. I'm about 6 foot with my feet, with my shoes on.
Yeah.
This is not quite long enough to be super comfortable. So we actually saw this, got this idea from somebody else, and we made our own version of it, of how to get me just a little bit more space so my feet don't cramp up.
I'm not going to make the bed
show you
because I don't want to put the sheet and everything on it.
Oh, but you want to show them this awesome thing you made.
But we thought this was cool. I can quilt, you guys. I've showed you quilts before. This one was just strips of fabric. We used a lot of the same blues and greens throughout the whole fan. This I made a duvet cover, and so we have two duvets, what are they called? The inserts, down comforters. We have one that we can use in summer, and we have one that we can use in winter. And then all I did was, for the backing of it, I bought a thrift store sheet and use that as the back. So we use that when we're sleeping, and it's really, really comfy.
Very comfortable.
So I just had to show you guys because it turned out really cute. What sparked it is my husband asked me to make a little quilted cover for this door as something fun, and then it turned out so cute that we made a whole quilt to match it. Oh yeah, our cushion covers, by the way, I forgot to tell you, are just an Ikea curtain set. It made them because you can get curtains so tall, it made it long enough to be, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to show you, well, we're going to take you to the side and show you the flip up.
She's so super talented. I can't imagine what this would look like if just I did it. It would be pretty plain. This is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. I'm going to take them to that side if you go show them how you flip up the side over there.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. I'm walking to you to the side.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to my humble abode. Oh. So we have one extra little cushion here. I'm just going to set this to the side for now.
So we have a cushion. That little cushion sits perfectly on top of our refrigerator as well. So if somebody wants to sit on top of the refrigerator as a seat, they can use that cushion when we're parked on top of the fridge.
So when we park, we try to make the best use of the space since we don't need the front. I'm going to just flip up my seat and move it forward as far as I can. Over here in my little garage, I'm going to slightly move for now my tool bag. And another flip up over here that we have, just like we do on our kitchenette, that just pops up right there. Just a piece of plywood on one of those flip up things. We take that extra cushion, fit it into place right there. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but this little bit adds just enough for me to be very, very comfortable so that my legs aren't hitting either this or my head's not hitting the back. So my wife can sleep on that side where she fits just fine. Me being almost a foot taller than her, I get to sleep on this.
Yeah.
But it works perfect.
But it ends up being...
And kudos, I wish I could tell you, I don't remember who it was on the videos we watched for this, but a gentleman that was about 6'5" showed us that, and I bought into it right away. What a great idea.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. Our curtain, when we slide it across, you can just tuck it right around where your feet go. We learned all kinds of tricks by watching YouTube stuff as well. We got this bag at Ikea. I think everything is like $2, but this holds all of our pillows. It's easy because it slides in the middle when we're driving, and then when we're parked, I can just move it to the front seat. Let's see what else we got. On the front seat, we didn't do really anything to the front of our van. It pretty much just is what it is. We just cleaned it really well. We keep an umbrella tucked right here on the side because it fits perfectly. The other thing that we leave up here, and I don't know if you can really see it, is this laundry bag. It is, let me see, another little doodad we sewed. It's just a bag that of course matches, and then I lined it with a giant Ziploc so we can put like wet clothes and stuff in there. And we added this so that it can go right around the headrest. So I flip it around when we're driving, and then when we're parked, we can fit like 3 days worth of laundry in it. It works great too because when we get back from camping, we shove all of our dirty stuff in there, our wet towels, our sheets and stuff, and then it's like literally one load of laundry. That's pretty much it.
This front seat really, when we're parked, really becomes kind of a storage
space. Storage when we're parked. Yeah, we do have the same magnetic curtains that I made in the back. I did make a version of them for the front windows as well as for the front window. So if we do need to open it for
more barrier. I mean, the curtain does fantastic, but it's different. It's different. You know, each time we do something, and we're still kind of learning ourselves. But like, we went camping this last weekend, and we went for 3 nights, and we knew it was going to rain, and we knew we were going to be in one spot the whole time.
Yeah.
So the way we packed, and we took an extra ice chest, we were able to load up the back.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to get there and set up.
Yeah.
The trip we're taking here shortly is going to be across the country, and we want it to be more of a usable, easier type thing. We don't have to take a bunch of stuff out when we stop to sleep for the night. Yeah. So we still have to make out the bed, of course, but so we'll definitely do that a lot lighter. But so we're learning that part, and we'll keep you updated on how that goes. But yeah stuff kind of moves to the front and to the back depending on what we're doing that weekend.
Depending on what we're doing.
Or that week or that day.
We figured out, is it called the Roadie? The Yeti.
The Roadie
24 fits perfectly down the middle of our aisle.
Makes an extra seat by the campfire as well.
Makes an extra seat. We used it as like in between our chairs. We also found like little hiking chairs. They fit in the drawers.
Like backpacking chairs. Yeah. They're quite comfortable.
You gotta get creative. We did make bug nets. Everything, like I said, is just held on with magnets. It's the one thing that I'm gonna redo, but we just bought this, and then it just hangs with. We just stick magnets kind of
we'll spare you
there
that
and everywhere. But that just tucks behind our kitchenette as well. Let's see what else. We have LED puck lights that we installed. Ooh, yeah, they're kind of cool,
yeah.
actually. There are just LED puck lights, but I don't know if you can see right there's the button to turn them off and on. We put it into our cabinet. It has a blue light that stays on pretty much all the time. It actually works out well because it's like a night light.
Nope, that didn't really help.
So, but we do have
it's a nice night light,
electrical.
yes.
Let's take you over there. I'm not turning it off because I'm already gonna have to edit this.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you what I did. I know I tried to watch quite a bit on this.
Full-size bed, you guys. I need to
And no, you just cut me off. I thought you told me to start talking about electrical.
Go show your electrical.
Okay, no, you can finish. It's okay.
Oh no.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know.
We watched a lot of different things. I mean, I definitely know some electrical stuff, building campers and stuff. There's a variety of things.
Back up that way.
Yeah, okay. I've done a variety of things, but this is totally different than anything that I've ever done in my past. So tried to figure out, wanted to make sure I stayed safe and stuff like that. We did pick up a Jackery, the Jackery 300. And we were going to originally try to just use that in this thing. But as we started to go a little further into it, it kind of kept getting bigger and bigger. So
yeah,
this kind of, instead of building this around our electrical system, we fit our electrical system into what we had already built. So we got creative, but it worked pretty well. We used a couple of bungee cords just to hold this in place. I'm going to take those off just so I can show you what we did here. That's just so it doesn't move around while we're driving. This now I can move, and if we need to use some power, at the campsite or away from, we can just unhook this and use the power for that. In the Jackery, that is, I do use the inverter in the Jackery to go ahead and power that 110 plug outlet if we need it inside, rather than building that into my 100 amp battery that I have in here. So I just use a Jackery for that. We haven't so far had to use it for much. Yet. So this over here is the input charging. We do have two 100-watt solar panels that we put on the roof.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to move.
Oh, what are they called? Let's see if I can show you the roof. Look at that.
There you go.
I can. So we have two solar panels up there. I'll link them below. They were less than $100 each, and it came with the mounting stuff. There's our Max Air fan, and I'm pretty sure the roof is kind of dirty. But these mounted with these little metal brackets that you can see right there. And they're actually pretty easy. All the wiring is underneath them, and we were able to run it, well, right here, actually.
It comes up, it comes down through the space,
but
by the lights here, and then comes down the side.
We covered this. There's these bumps that these have, these ugly white metal bumps. We covered a piece of wood. It also hid our wiring.
So then on the Jackery, the output 12 volt is what I'm using that I connected to my battery.
This is a terrible angle. Sorry, guys.
My 100 amp battery that's in here. That's the staircase. There's really not a lot to see in here. I kept it super simple. I do go through a, and I forget what it's called.
There we go.
The thing that makes sure my battery doesn't overcharge. Goes into that first, goes into the battery, out from the battery, goes into my little 12 volt where I have all my, breakers.
Oh, fuses.
Fuses, thank you.
Yeah, there's a little fuse box kind of like right over in here.
Fuse box. I've got an off switch that turns the power off all the way.
Let's see if I unhook this.
Cuts all power to the van if I need to.
I don't know if you can see in there at all.
Yeah, I don't have it lit up because I don't have to get in here that often.
So that's our setup.
That's our setup, and then here on the front we do have
a kill switch.
A little.
You're pointing at this right now.
Can you see it?
Nope. Back up. Let me go. Sorry, guys. We're trying to. There you go.
That's just a little battery life indicator for us.
And this is a kill switch, so when we are parked at home, we can turn everything off completely and not drain our battery, but our solar panel will continue to charge.
So I kept it pretty simple. I know that I've seen some out there that are really intricate, and I know some people have different power requirements, especially if they're doing a lot of freezing camping and up north and things like that. That's not really what we're diesel heaters. We haven't decided to do that yet. Maybe on the next one. I don't know.
We'll see.
But that's kind of what this built into for us, and gave us a lot of ideas. And tell you what, I'm not ready yet, but it was so exciting that I will
We're already
be
talking
soon.
about our
I'll be ready
next.
to do another one.
We're
At
talking
some
about our
point.
next build already, you guys. It's part of.
Oh, one quick thing,
Oop.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I did get creative over here on the couch side because we lost sleep over this, trying to figure out how to support the couch this far. So we dedicated this sliding door to where we don't have access to step into the vehicle, but I did find a way to I kind of kept building on the couch part that I had already built to bring this up to give it some stability so that when when the cushions are up here and you're sitting on the couch, you can lean up against this and not worry about falling out or having to keep the door closed for support. So that's why it looks, I wouldn't say wonky, but just a little different because we kind of had to put it all, well, because you stained it so awesome.
We do also have behind this little panel, we have a little bit of space. You can put chairs or very small chairs or a toolbox or something back there. That's our little garage.
You got to make the most of every inch if you can.
Every inch. But yeah, like my husband said, we're already talking about what could our next fan build be, because it's an addiction, you guys. It's super fun. I'm trying to set you guys up so you can, this is terrible. I'm gonna lean you guys, it's fine. So there she is. I know this is the longest video ever. Oh, we did make these step stools, by the way. We can use them next to the fire to set our drinks on and stuff, but they're also footstools. To get in and out of the van, there's one by each door. They just flip into the middle when we're driving. And we kind of love her. She's kind of fun. But I was going to show them, if we climb in, how much space we have.
We are driving across the country, so we'll give you an update on how much we love her then. But
yeah,
I am confident. True. I really am.
But I was going to show you guys. If my husband comes in and climbs in with me, how much space we actually have. The spice rack stays on the wall. But, I mean, literally, we're taking one of our kids with us. He's 18. He's very skinny, but he's very tall. And we're going to have to fit all three of us in here. But, like...
Yeah, that'll be tight.
It'll be a little bit tight.
For a couple of nights, he's going to sleep in a tent, or I'll sleep in a tent.
Yeah.
But if you were paying attention earlier, you now know that we're obviously on the wrong sides of the bed.
Yeah,
because my feet are now jammed and they don't have room.
Oh yeah, you're going into the chair. It's fine.
Since I'm not sleeping on this side right this moment.
Yeah.
But nonetheless,
but I mean, like, literally, if I have stuff underneath me, so I can't get. But
what was on the cushions? You did 4-inch.
I did 4-inch high density foam. I'll link it below. It comes in a million different sizes.
Ali definitely likes something a little bit like a softer bed.
I like softer. This is more firm.
This is more firm, but I really think the way it holds up and the way we sleep on it, it's done really well. We've now probably blocking the microphone. We've had 5 nights, 4 nights, 6 nights sleeping fully in here, and it's quite comfortable. Except for the
night that it poured, and you can hear every drop in this thing. Except for that night, we've slept really well. Yeah.
Or van traveling.
We don't live in our van, but we will for
we live in our Homestead.
Quite a few weeks this summer.
But we're going to take our kids and make them. God's going to water our garden, hopefully while we're gone. But we do have a kid sticking around and taking care of the homestead part of it while we go on our little adventure, and we'll give you guys an update along the way. Maybe
we'll do some videos. Like I've said before, we might do some cooking videos. My husband is awesome cook on camping, like open flame camping. He's really, really good at it. It's quite impressive. So he knows it.
I am actually,
yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys how much space. I mean, if you go to your edge, go to mine. I mean, look at this, you guys. This is like, I know for a lot of people, this is the main concern, is space in the bed. And there's plenty in this thing. I actually sleep with 4 pillows. When you've been married for almost
30 years, we don't sleep on the twin bed that we did when we were first married. So
yeah, this is true.
Quite nice.
Plenty of space.
Plenty of space. It really
but that's our Vanna. And I know this is a long video, but we wanted to show you guys. If you have questions about anything that we kind of covered really quickly, we can do more in-depth videos. I'm going to have to re-sew a cushion cover just because we figured out something might work a little bit better. I might show you guys how to do that, although that guy's video is really good, so I'm probably just going to not. Okay.
Well, we do know too that some people that watch this will be ones that maybe have done something like this before. We welcome comments from that
Heck
and
yeah.
questions. Those that just find it enjoyable, comments or questions. We've been trying to learn to do this ourselves as well, and we thought it turned out really well. So we're happy to respond to anything you guys want to ask us about or just comment on.
If you have questions about anything we used in our build,
or give us ideas too.
If there's anything,
something pops in your mind, oh, you could do this or that. We'd love to hear it.
I feel like we tried to maximize everything in our first build.
Yeah,
but
it's fun.
It was fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is like 45 minutes, but like I said, if you want us to hone in on or do a video on something more particular, in depth on anything. We didn't film our van build because we hadn't done a van build yet, and it was a little intimidating. Plus, we did a lot of nights, and
it took a lot of time anyway. So yeah,
it would have been forever.
But we can explain anything out a little bit if you're in it. Yeah. Plus, I also did build things out of like really cheap wood first, just to make sure it was going to kind of work, and then we bought some wood and did it. So it took a little bit of time, but it was good. We
try to be frugal in so many ways of our lives.
Absolutely.
And on this we did as well because we did it all ourselves, but we did splurge on things like the refrigerator and a couple things.
In the Max Air fan, I think that was key. There's a few things in this that just make it so it'll work so much better and enjoyable, but we tried to do everything else that we possibly could ourselves. And
Anyways, I'll link a bunch of stuff below, products we used or videos that were helpful to us. And if you have any questions,
now we're just ranting.
But this is what this channel is.
That's true.
Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate you.
Good night.
The clicker! Always the clicker!